Welcome, everybody. John Zager, johnzager.com. How's everybody doing today? Good? Good. Clear skies on the eastern slope today. It was a nice evening, cool. Good sleeping weather. No rain in the forecast. Low 90s, low 60s next week. So that's pretty much what we're looking forward to for the week coming up. Wanted to get on and just do a short little, I guess, YouTube video here this morning, just about some observations that I make. And it's kind of disturbing. I've done three blogs in the last 2 days on things like homelessness and how I view it and what I see in the town that I live and how disturbing that happens to be. And nobody's read them. They sort of, the three blogs, and I took time, and I actually thought all this stuff out and was trying to be as fair as I could be based on what I encounter, with the homeless population in my town. And nobody even, I guess they can read them, they just don't have to acknowledge that they were read or the names behind who read them. So I thought that was interesting. I have one running right now. Actually, two are still running. And I'll see as the day goes on if anybody is brave enough to put their name behind what they read. And number two, if they want to offer a comment. Excuse me. So I wanted to get on and just make a couple observations similar to those podcasts, YouTube videos. There's, what would you put it, a gas station chain, national, in our town and surrounding area that for the entire summer has been giving away, free drinks. Anything that's liquid is free, from coffee to iced teas to sodas to all the bad things for you. And they cannot keep the cups stocked nor the product stocked enough. To get into any one of these, I guess they're filling stations, I'm not sure. Oh, and by the way, all the hot dog type stuff is free as well. Well, no, it's $1 compared to, I don't know, it used to be $1.50 or $2 or something. So products like that are basically giveaway prices. You cannot get into these filling stations without waiting in your vehicle on a spot to park, because they're deluged with people from wealthy abundance of money to poverty, trying to get something for free. That makes sense? Of course it does. And the attendants, right, the people that work at these places, have a really hard time with being nice. Customer service is rare if you can get it. People are not staying employed at these places for very long. Obviously, we're talking weeks, not even months, because summer's not a long-term kind of thing around here. And there's some places that they don't even want you there. It's not their store. They don't own anything. They're just an employee. They're just getting some low wage to give away stuff in hopes of selling other things at a higher cost for the ownership. The other thing I wanted to mention is that fast food, I go into fast food places just used to be for the dollar coffee, which was actually pretty good coffee. Now I stop in there periodically for some of the tea. There's a few places that serve iced tea that's really good. I don't go in to buy the food. I used to enjoy going in and sitting down and visiting with people over some tea or coffee or whatever. But it's the same thing over there. There's no longer customer service. I don't see it, or I guess it's there, or they wouldn't be open, but it's really hard to find. People are disgruntled that work there. They don't want to serve you. They don't want to take their time and do that. They're busy doing nothing somewhere else. They see you come in, or they have the doors set up so that if they're not looking, they can hear the door slam. I've asked them if they'd just let me fix the doors so that they don't slam, but they don't want to know that. So, it's discouraging. Now I can only speak in terms of where I live, but the majority of the employees there are from south of the border. I love going south of the border. I get treated really well south of the border. I like that population. But up here, they've kind of gotten displacent. They don't seem like they're as ambitious up here as they are down there when I go down. They're so happy to see Americans come down. I don't know, maybe because we're supposed to have the money. But that's kind of disturbing. It's the decline of that industry, right? And at the filling stations that I reference to, it's just normal people, I guess, of all sorts, working at those facilities. And my guess is, and I'm not sure if this fits or not, but I don't think they're being treated very well by ownership. I don't know that to be true. But when I stop and think, these were all really nice people with great customer service, a couple, 2, 3, 4 months ago, what happened? Our economy has crashed. And, even the minimum wage that they try to give these people is not enough for them to live. So I'm guessing ownership is not taking good responsibility for their employees, at least wise at the filling stations that are the chain nationwide that I go to. The fast food places, which are a national chain, and it's just tough. It's really, really tough. It's all being run differently than it used to be. And both the people coming in are rude and demanding, it seems and appears, as well as the people on the other side of the counter. are kind of not interested in your presence there. Does that kind of make sense? So things are different this year. The pandemic, right, which started March of 20? Is that correct? March of 20? Has ruined the country. I don't believe in the pandemic, and I don't care if I get censored. There's another topic. Where and when did the major sites on the internet become the authority on censorship? I've been reading and listening to that all over, and it appears that the government is even going to start backing some of these sites to make sure they don't miss all the censorship they need to be taking. Here's where I'm going. I won't give any more examples. For me, I'm losing my rights. I love America. I love a lot of other countries as well. I've traveled all over the world. I love them all that I've been to, and the people are wonderful, but we really don't get to travel much like we used to. Get in and out of countries, and now you have to have some sort of a ticket saying you were vaccinated for the virus or whatever. I don't understand all that. So I'm losing rights day after day. I'm losing my opinion, my voice, which is a right in America, to say what you want to say. But I'm not sure that what little I have left where I can actually say. I don't think that's going to be around a whole lot longer. There's another aspect that I've been noticing with the homeless people. The population is growing and growing and growing and growing, and they, as I interact through that community, are looking for more entitlements everywhere and however they can get them, legally or illegally. And I see the current government, Democratic, progressive, liberal, socialist, they're accommodating those people. And me being in clinical psychology since 68 or thereabouts, that's called enabling, because there's a great majority of that population with mental health issues. I mean, I sit around sometimes waiting to get into the gym where they get free access to it, and they're walking around in circles talking to themselves or hollering at the sky. So there's mental health issues there that need to be addressed, and there's a lot of accommodating those people in exchange for a vote, a liberal vote. One other aspect, I guess, since I'm there, is that I've been privy more recently to some international, well, maybe I better just say national businesses. Big corporations that own conglomerate companies across the United States, actually worldwide, but across the United States, right? I found out in my research and investigation and due diligence and just stuff that I get my nose into, they don't pay. Sometimes they don't even pay at all. They're subcontractors. They're employees. I could go on with very, very specific examples, but I'm not going to. But I'm aware, factually, they don't take good care of their employees at all. In a lot of cases that I've witnessed. What's up with that? How do they get away with that? I guess is what I'm thinking. And then we're back to the fast food and the gas station chains and whatnot. We're back to the same thing. Now we have very disgruntled employees with no customer service nor willingness to accommodate a customer coming in. They don't even want them to come in. They would prefer to just lock the door. And this is happening across America, people. They would prefer, the conglomerate that I'm talking about actually would prefer the employees that are inside that building, which are all nationalities. They would prefer to just lock the door and have the phone, like the police and sheriff do now, hanging on the outside of the door. And if you need something or you want to come in and use our services or whatever, talk to us through the door on the phone. Because I don't really want to talk to you anyway. And the ownership is not taking care of me. Why should I take care of you? That's the mentality that I sense. What happened to the mom and pop business that you swore by based on their willingness to make you feel important when you walked in their door? Part of it has to do with the world is a lot more dangerous today than it was when I was growing up. And I believe that. I believe that to be true. I'm out on the streets interacting, and I'm aware that it's a violent place now. It's not a safe place as it used to be. It's more like, and no disrespect with this comment, but it's much more like some of the third world countries. So, kind of some observations I've been making. I didn't do a lot of detail presenting that, but I'm pretty sure you get the idea. And it's troubling to me. Here's my last comment, and then I'll get off. But it's disturbing to me. I do YouTube and podcasts. Rarely do I get a comment. Obviously I'm not a liberal progressive, and there must be some, I don't know, people out there who would like to, offer a comment to me that may be positive and helpful or supportive, or maybe pretty judgmental. That's okay, you guys. That's okay. I don't get any comments. Now, I don't have a huge following, and I'm not claiming that I do or that I will, but I see some of the real notable people out there getting some not real positive comments back to them. And you can almost differentiate who's who politically when you read the comments. I think that's pretty funny. But just take it to the storefront. Are the people behind the counter disgruntled because of why? I guess that's kind of interesting to me. Why are they disgruntled, you know? And it just is a clear separation of politically where do you stand. And they now have been putting on that little disclaimer of try to be nice when you offer your comments. I don't see that happening all the time. But anyway, so just a couple observations for today. I'm going to start offering a few more observations. I'm going to try not to take a side. I'm sure my sides will come out. But collectively, don't we need to talk more? Don't we need to talk more? I don't know. The other YouTube I'm going to do later today, probably, I don't know, I'll just toss it out for now, is ghosting. Wow. What's that guy's name? Simon? Really cool, intelligent guy. Simon something. He does a lot of stuff about millennials and sleeping in beanbag chairs in their mother's basement or something. I don't know. And then he talks a lot about leadership, and he talks a lot about how we ghost people now, as opposed to talking about the tough issues, which is really where I got the idea for this little YouTube this morning. Go listen to him. I'll get his name and I'll bring it back and put it out there. He's good, but he talks about things that we need to be accountable for. Ghosting is one of them. Go look it up before you listen to my next YouTube. I'll put my YouTube together for, I don't know, midday or afternoon or something, and then you can kind of interpret all that however you want. But I'm not sure we're getting better. I think we need to be more accountable with the tough stuff. God bless everybody. Take care of one another, and I'll look forward to talking to you all again real soon. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye.